Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with Minecraft Craftymon. Whoop whoop. And today we are going to be finishing that. For the most, at least I'm going to try. Hopefully, I've got enough resources now, so I shouldn't need any more jungle logs, but that's everything. But first I'm going to see if I can sleep because it's raining. Oh god. Uh, duh, 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 Tempted. Guys, at some point I will start bringing the dogs in that log with me because it's not fair to leave them trapped inside. But they do need to be named first. Also, guys, when you see this, it'll be a day after. But if you want to say in the celebration happy birthday for Thursday, feel free to. But recording this day before, a day before my birthday. But yeah, also feel free to put names in the comment section down below for these and what color, and what dong. So, for instance, um, list them as like the dogs, what they come under on the Minecraft thing. For instance, like not directly Snow Dog, but like that. Say, for instance, say if you wanted to go, say, Poppy, purple color, and the Snow Dog, I would be like, okay. At some point, I also probably will bring build a auto generator, like I did in Quest, that basically just allows me to press a button, and it basically flicks her up. But also, some good news, I finally got my chest back to normal. Food-wise, I've finally gone through enough. I'm almost empty when it comes to. I've almost gone through these. I've only got like 4 jack potatoes left on. Finally, it's night. But yeah, I finally got through the stash that was in that double chest, and there was a load. I've only been eating jack potatoes. I miss my meat diet. I'm not gonna have enough room on me, but also I checked my diamond hoe in there. I do want to get a fortune one. Uh, But yeah, so I do actually also need scaffolding because I do plan to basically make a few branches alongside. I probably will do a couple, and then in between episodes, do a few more. Also, guys, at some point, I do basically just want to build. I don't want to necessarily say a junk heap where I can just go and chuck all the junk. But at some point, I do want to make essentially a factory-based thing where I can go and have a bunch of random chests and have like I'm all stacked up and have everything that I've used for builds and chuck them in there, and at some point then just build like a smeltery to like a recycling based plant is what I should more specifically be saying. I forgot to chuck them on the ocean. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna say this now. I've said it a few times this week. Mod Sundays a week, and for going forward is only gonna be twice a week, Monday and Thursday from now on. Instantly thinking I was going to get drenched, completely forgetting that I had already built a layer up. But yeah, so yeah, guys, going forward now, Mod Sundays only gonna be twice a week. For the simplistic reason of I'd rather cut down one episode a week for say a month and have it last and then have it last say 2 more weeks. Granted, it won't. It's more like a case of roughly. I think I've probably got like 2 weeks worth of content. Plus, it also just ended up working out to work out a bit better. Plus, I say that it's more of a case of I don't. Damn it. I don't want to basically just do all the grinding. Like, I don't want to have like 3 4 episodes where it's just grinding, and I'd rather split it out so that way I have like I can basically do a grind in between episodes. Because take Primordial Maldino. Again, this wasn't. I say more enough. I have no idea. Also, the reason I'm doing 2 per one instead of 1, um, from a distance, it looks a bit nicer. Which I'm not 100% sure whether it 100% does and whether it's worth it, because from a distance it looks nicer, but from up close it doesn't. So, but I think it's potentially worth it because, yeah, yeah, let's pick it up. What I will quickly try and show. From a distance, it does look nicer. It's just a case of am I willing to sacrifice it looking a bit horrible if I'm closer up? But the reason I say I am, I'm going to need elder because I'm going to need height. Because from down here you can't really see much, and it looks nice either way. But it just looks like it's kind of closed off. But at the end of the day, I'm probably going to end up building like I don't know if I'm going to end up building anything tall around this general area. But from like a distance, it does generally look a lot nicer. So personally, I think it's worth it. Oh, that was good. But yeah. Also, another reason was the trapdoors. Also, guys, for those wondering whether there is going to be any more videos for this week, there will be. There will be the Overwatch trailer reaction. Which will be at Saturday instead of Sunday. Please tell me all the can spawn up here, thank God. Which will be at Saturday instead of Sunday because at the minute Saturday's just going to work a bit. No. It looks weird. I don't know how tall I am going to go, but it does definitely need to be pointy. It looks a lot, does actually look a lot nicer. See, up close, it looks weird. But, like from a distance, it does look nice. But, guys, 10 minutes into recording, video's done. This Daggerstone, you'll see it. Just kidding. There are going to be a few other things we're going to do. Next week, I also do plan to track down the Ender Dragon. Again, this was a case of stuff if I had, like, last week, I would have been in last week's video, but again, didn't. Is just in case of doing the branches. I don't know 100% how I am going to do them. You know what? I will do the branches in between episodes, just because I'm not 100%, and I've got to get Phoenix and a look weird. I'll take that. But what I am going to do is basically turn this into a functioning treehouse. Gonna go from the top, then make my way down to the bottom. I don't know what I'm going to have each individual floor as. But first I do need... I'm going to chuck a crafting table in each corner. I do want a... I don't have a spare ender chest, and I'm not going to chuck my only acid spare. The only other ender chest I have is the one on me, and I don't really want to chuck that. Plus, because I always have one on me, so it's not too bad. I do definitely want to go get some stuff to make a couple beds to chuck up into here. But, like, look how nice this does look. The only actual other thing that I will say I do want them to do is I need a bunch of wood for it. Um, um, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, perfect. But I do want to kind of put... See, do I want to put a balcony up here? Or do I want to put it one lower? No, I think I want to go one lower. Like, I think I want the actual balcony. Like... Oh, but there's windows. Hmm. And that might be something to think about. I might just put a couple fence gates. Around. I'm also going to take another stack, but I also need a couple other things. That's cobble. I mean, stone's not going to be the... See, the one time I actually get to use this function for... How many am I... you know what, I'll take a couple stacks. Just because I'm like, I'm not 100% sure. And I will say now, the stone color basically turns stone back into cobblestone is great. And I want a couple beds. What one do I have for the moat? White. I'm also going to take some white wool with me. Just because I might want carpet up there. Also, before I do run all the way back up, I've extended Daisy's and Larry's little home. These villagers. Guys, excuse me? Guys, I leave these doors open so Daisy and Larry can walk in and out. Granted, there's only one bed in there, and I do need to put another. Which I can go and do now. But, so they've both got like a maid. I'm going to probably presume the fact of they've probably both taken it in turns. It's not... Damn it. You know what? It's going to be funny. I'm going to accidentally know someone. I'm going to like, when the hell have I spawned in here? But yeah, I've basically moved this back and made this look a bit more of a solid object. There's a couple pumpkins in here now, but it's more around there. The reason I didn't just want to scatter a few pumpkins around here is because A is a parkourist, or some semi parkourist. I can get around that down. Daisy won't be able to, so that's fine. But yeah, I've extended it and made it a bit bigger, but I've also trimmed this slightly back and just made it a bit more. Part of me is tempted to lower it all by one, but I don't know. I full on do not know. I think it probably would look nicer, but I'm also kind of a fan of it having a raised section. How is it that I've only got, what, the double bed in my house, and yet there's still like 4 villages of... Hey, Ominous, you don't get to decide who gets to leave my back. I would say my back garden. See, guys, what basically started as this, this was basically a nice bit of wooden area. A nice little wooden, like, area that's made out of birch that was over the water. And it's been extended as time goes on. But it was a nice little area that I could, that I did eventually, and I might eventually end up putting up like a nice little table and chairs out here. I do think it would look nice. I might do it at the end of the episode, just put like a 4. So I just come out like, I would say more than coffee, but I'm not a coffee drinker. Like, guys, honestly, kind of bring shame to the fact I'm British, but I barely drink tea. I know. The British, I know you can put your pitchforks down for those who are from the UK and who do drink tea. But hear me out. I'm 22. Look, when this comes out, I'll be 23. Again, it's weird. Kind of. I'm recording this, what, 2 hours before I technically turn 23. Uh, and spread them out. And just have like a nice 2, have a nice little balcony that goes around by 2 on each. Which, now I say I'm 100% going to need more than what I did. You know, I'll see how well the 17 get me, even though I know for a fact that... Oh, thank God. Guys, even though it's obvious when like you place a stair on the wrong one, I do to still this day. To this day, think like if I do that, it's like if that top button was like properly looking to just see the fact that it's like a taller block. It wouldn't be hard. Because basically, for the most part, the simple premise is, for the most part, around what similar to what my tree house is. My mob farms are very similar. They're both very tall base buildings, except the mob farm is bigger in width. I'm pretty sure the tree house is smaller when it comes to width, but potentially taller? I'm not actually. Hold on. Does it open that way on this? Yes. No. No. The tree house, see, technically speaking, if you bring the tree house, if you bring the mob farm all the way down to the ground, technically speaking, the mob farm would be bigger. Technically. But And here is the but. There is two, like, 20, 30 foot, I honestly can't remember how big they are, foot water elevators that then get up to, like, a 20-foot drop to, like, a 20-foot in the sky. So if you take out the water elevators, because the water elevators part of it are debatable. Because on one hand, yes, of course they're a part of it. On the other, no, they're only the elevators. I feel somewhat more safe for war. Why can't I get this door to work? Yeah, I'm chucking these beds down before I... Because honestly, the beds are starting to make me lose the plot. We'll do there. And we'll have a nice little... Okay, I know what's going to exactly happen now. Because, guys, basically something I barely do is sleep. In context of Minecraft-wise. Why the... If I do it like that, it looks bulky as anything. Yes! Finally! The sanity can end. But, like I say, guys, every time... So, I did a couple attempts in the end, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do some more research. Is it gonna be these doors again? What's it with the... God, I hate these doors. But yeah, I did a couple of attempts last week. Those attempts were never uploaded because those attempts lasted... it's very terrible, half an hour. And I will give it another attempt at some point. My goal is to overall say that I can survive 100 days. It won't be a 100-day challenge because I'm not spending that much time. Now, guys, nothing against YouTubers who do 100-day hardcore worlds. One of my favorite YouTubers is SB737, who does hardcore 100 days. But and here is the but. I don't fancy spending that much time filming a video. because there would be no Monster Hunter for a couple of days because I'd want a couple of days to film it, a couple of days to edit it. And there would be other things that also would want blah, blah, blah. Because I think roughly, because I've not done the calculations, New Adventures was about 5 days each. Each episode of New Adventures was about 5 days. That was about an hour and a half. So 20 days. 25 days would be about 6.5 hours. No, hold on. Nine and a half hours for 25 days. 19 hours, roughly, for 50 days. So that's about 40. 219s, I think, are 30. Hold on. I want to be accurate with the maths here. 38. It'd be 38 hours. Which would take me more than a few days. With the limited time I have to record, which is about 4 or 5 hours each night, I don't have for the full amount of time to turn around and be like, yep, let's record for about 5 hours. Let's record for about 20-ish hours a day. Is this going to link up nicely? Yes, it does. Now, I am going to put a couple gates. Just because, one, there is water down there, which I'm pretty sure I could make. But again, don't really want to attempt it. Well, actually, I will after I've done all this. But, yeah, guys, it would take me hours. Oh, I mean... Okay, this was slow as anything. There, that's more faster. Do I think I'm gonna need 60? No. I 100% know I'm not going to. Like I say, I did the exact same thing with the mob trap, the mob spawn. And it basically just gives me an option to be able to walk out and jump off. Now, with the mob spawn, there's also a tiny bit of an edge around the outside, so that I can still land on top of it. Actually, I say I didn't need 60. I almost did. So I can. I'm also just going to extend this slightly, and then also bring those forward slightly. That pole lines up with there. That pole lines up with there, but that's... That... I'm really confused. One, two. I really don't know the fact of, like, I'm walking around this side. Let's investigate. One, two, no idea. But like I said, guys, for the most part, this is a full functioning thing now. It's literally not missing much. Ow. Oh, great, I forgot to see if I wanted carpet up there. Kind of. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna put some carpet. Not gonna go and do it on all of them, but I am gonna go and definitely do it at the top. But, for the rest of it, a sack's not gonna be enough, is it? And with that, it would defeat the purpose. Now, carpet is the one thing I'm going to chuck back in the... Like, the only reason I'm not chucking the leaves and the wood and all that, and the cobblestone, which apparently didn't end up needing, is literally just down to a simple case of... I don't have the space. My chest is full. Like, literally. Still full of dirt. And when you come back this way, which I do plan to build more rooms down here at some point. I don't know what though. Part of me is like, do I just board this off? But at some point now. And that's... See, that's where this takes you to these very specific stairs. There's some other stairs over there, but it does just take you to here. But the reason I'm coming down here is... I'm going to go and put around a stone border. It is going to take a little while. Actually, no, I'm not, because I'm... I'll tell you what I will do is, I'll take a couple snacks. Put most of that wood up there. And I'm quickly gonna... Because, if I do a layer of stone bricks... Yeah, you know what, I'll do the last three. I'll, like, leave the last three, because there's a potential chance I might change my mind. I don't know. But it feels weird to be having stuff on there, because part of me is like, do I just leave it as what it is? Hello? Well, you're drowned. You're a zombie. And I don't care about either of you. And it's way too... I say well. Wait, I say way too small. It's not... Right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do basically what I've done here, around all the way around to there, a step 3 ways, and then do the exact same with that, and I'll be right back. I'll also probably try and say fill in the middle with the cobblestone. Jesus Christ, I'm also running out of cobblestone, so I'm just going to get some more. I've done the outlayer for wood for the most part. I've not done this middle because, again, it's just going to be stone brick, which I will need more cobblestone for. The reason I've come back is this son of a bitch is attacking me. Because of it being night, not exactly any way to a... Yeah, it's way too far to go back and sleep. So I'm gonna just to work through it. But anyway, guys, like I said, be back since the rest of it's done. So, guys, we're back. It's actually been a little while. It's been about another half an hour since I mentioned the fact of a giant very much instantly spawning in and trying to eliminate me. The reason I did was the reason I pointed it out was quite simple. I've barely ever seen giants riding undead thingies, undead nauticus, is it? Out of because I did have to go and get another, I think it was another 3 stacks. So I took a quick trip to the cobblestone farm a couple times, and that's now that's done. This is all done. In between episodes, I will do one of them, 1.5. I'll leave about half for another episode, and that'll get infilled. Probably need to say I do plan to next episode. I could have. Yeah. I've got a good feeling I'm not going to have enough oak logs, so I'm pretty sure we need another like 4 stacks. Because guys, that when we say about 4 stacks, just to do the rings. Now I knew I was going to need a shit ton of oak logs, oak planks even. Now I was not expecting this much. Again, this place is massive. I plan to take a break from building next week. Also, I did get a trident from the one that dropped. I will say now, it was on my hotbar for a good 5-10 minutes. Didn't even notice. It wasn't until until I went to the cobblestone generator to get more cobblestone that I noticed I had one. Because I completely blanked it. Like I can tell you now, this items on my hotbar that I will completely forget about. Also, guys, thank you, Adria. I've also terraformed this a bit more. Out a tiny bit, just to make it look a bit nicer. It's terraformed up to here a bit more, down to here, and a nice curve up to here. I've not done this because I did run out of dirt. I ran out of dirt and grass blocks. There's none left in those chests over there. About 80 to 90% of terraforming all this. There was about 20% left, roughly. But there was a bunch of there was a few hills over here, so I brought them all down to a nicer level. And yeah, this has also been brought around more, and this has also been extended. Not this, this. It's been extended. I don't know by how many. Basically, what happened was it needed to. Because of this. Basically, I wanted a couple blocks in between, and I kind of then stopped for those, and I've only just noticed I didn't. But again, it's not something I really want to go around and mess with again. But it looks so much more nicer, a lot more curved and a lot more rounder. Also, guys, again, if you are here, if you're new around here, please like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, so that's all that. Next episode, I do kind of plan to go after the Ender Dragon. Obviously, I've got a couple things in the works that I do plan to record at some point. One of them will be the hardcore thing. Then a couple other different games. A couple of games I am tempted to do for when I get done with Monster Hunter are things like the Lego Batman series. Because it'd be Lego Batman 1, 2, 3, Lego DC Supervillains, and then the the Dark Knight game. Although I will say now, Lego DC Supervillains was definitely a change of pace because, for the most part, when it comes to DC Lego games, not that I have a problem with this because I love Batman. Um, it's basically just been Batman. Yes, Lego Batman 3 did kind of feel more like a Justice League game, and I think a few changes would have made it a Justice League game. But yeah, so there's that. Invincible Inc. I think the game is as a game definitely on the list. Wolverine that comes out late this year potentially might be, and GTA 6 is supposed to be coming out this year. That potentially might my first playthrough of that potentially I might end up recording. No promises on that one though. I can't think of anything else. Then there's just a couple other things. But so guys, there will be no watch video tomorrow. When this comes out tomorrow on Saturday. I think for the most part when it does, even though when this comes out, it will be that this comes out Friday. I think for the most part, I am when I'm mentioning dates is because completely done to me. When I say tomorrow, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. It's not coming out. There won't be a watch video out Thursday. That'll be the that'll be the last one for this week because this is getting recorded on Wednesday. But yeah, so there will be an Overwatch video at Saturday, which will get recorded Thursday, which will basically just be, I know for a fact, because it had similar format for most of my Overwatch content at this point, other than streams, it will more likely just be my reaction to the trailer, which I've already given a couple points. I've already mentioned a few things on Stream on Tuesday. If Overwatch Classic is still up, probably a couple games of Overwatch Classic, along with, say, a couple of other arcade games, something like Elimination, Limited Duel, and just a couple other things like that. That will then be at Saturday. Nothing Sunday because, again, no Monster Hunter. And then it'll be double Monster Hunter back next week. But anyway, guys, if you're already ready, again, like, comment, subscribe. I know I say it a lot, but I say it for a good reason. Did you know that I don't know the specific numbers and I don't want to start specking out numbers, but a lot of times when you do turn around and say, like, comment, subscribe, a lot of times people then do actually, like, comment, subscribe. It's a proven theory. A few YouTubers have done tests, and when they've mentioned it, it's actually worked. I'm so happy to have that built. It doesn't look as nice as it could have. It just looks like a floating platform now. I will get the arms hopefully done in between this episode and next. Next episode, I do plan to go track down the stronghold. But I say the ender room, and it's like, no, it's the stronghold. A couple episodes after that, I will take on the ender dragon. Again, before I go after it, it's a case of I need... Where did I put more golden apples? Or more specifically, the ones left over from fighting the withers. Okay, so I've got 2 golden apples left. 4 golden apples, a couple potions of regeneration. Not much. I do want some more. I'd like an enchantment, a couple enchanted golden apples. Not needed, but I would like some anyway. I might go and have a look. I don't 100% know. Something I also would love to get in between that, and I might track it down, and if I do find anything, then I will... It's basically a trial. I want to get a mace. I've never messed around with the mace, but apparently it's really good. And if I get wind charges too, I could do some serious damage to the Ender Dragon. Now, this won't be it's 100% not my first time fighting the Ender Dragon. It won't be my first time fighting the Ender Dragon within like the last 3 years. Because I'm pretty sure I fought it a couple of years ago. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you are again new Reddit, please like, comment, subscribe. And this is Tiger with sign off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.